Hello and welcome to Overview Overwatch. So this is the channel where I get to sit down with some of the members of the Overwatch community and pick their brains. This is the second episode in what I'm doing for the European Invitational tournament. And today I'm joined by JkAru of UK UFO. So JkAru, first question as usual, who is your main?
I play main tank, but I'm most commonly known for my Winston play.
And Winston at the moment, do you think he's in a decent spot?
Yeah, Winston's always kind of been in a good spot in Overwatch 2. It's just mainly the supports which you play around him, depending on his play time, I guess. So,
Yeah, fair. I think he has quite a simplistic kit compared to like someone like Sigma or Ramatra where there's a lot going on. Um, I think it
well
makes him,
designed.
yeah, it's well designed, and when you see someone like that who's can have a mainstay in the meta, I mean, it speaks volumes to the balance of him for sure. Um,
I only wish Blizzard kind of stuck to that simple design philosophy with
yeah.
characters. But that's a whole other rabbit hole to go down. So.
Yeah, fair. So okay, let's talk about you here for a minute. So can you tell me a little bit of background as to, your involvement in the professional scene and how you got on with it?
Well, I've been playing in Contenders since about mid 2019, so it's been a good few years of running. Um, I played on Montreal Rebellion, which is the academy of Toronto Defiant, and then I played on Boston Uprising Academy, which was Boston's academy team, and then I had a run with Fusion Uni. They're sort of the main three teams I guess I've been on, but the most success I've had would have been when I was on Young and Beautiful in 2020, which was good times.
Mm. And there's a lot of teams there that you've mentioned, and obviously, with such a long tenure in Contenders, that will be expected. How would you compare, say, your experiences on Young and Beautiful to maybe some of the academy teams? How does it differ?
Well, I mean, it was definitely mindset. In the academy teams, it's sort of you're playing for you're representing an org or you're representing people who are have enough faith in you to be paying you to play and stuff. Um, on Yab, we all sort of went in with the mindset of screw everyone else. We're just gonna have fun. So we spent 2 months just trolling every scrim. We found it hilarious. But then Soros came in and made us try hard, and then it went back to how you'd usually play in a
Mm.
tier two scene. Um, yeah, but I mean, academy teams, for example, when I was on Montreal, when you go live out there and you're living with your team, it's like completely different experience to just living online with each other. I kind of wish they do bring that back to give the younger players who are coming through that sort of experience. It was sort of invaluable for me. It's like a pre-step into OWL, and if you don't ever get into OWL, you will never have that experience. Or
Mm.
if no teams like how Angry Titans were in 2018, 2017 when they had the team house and stuff. Like it's very hard for up and coming or new players to ever experience that. So it would be cool if they reintroduced it at some point. But I'm not holding my breath. So
Yeah. And do you think the experience is, as well as being enjoyable, I imagine being in that environment with the team house, but do you think it was constructive for, your development and your success? Or do you think it had no kind of effect on you in the server?
no, I mean teams. It's one half, being able to play as a team and everyone being good together and the cohesion, etc. But then a lot of it is how well you work with each other off the game as well. Like it's very hard to play in a team where there's a clash of heads. You kind of just have to go your separate ways at one point because eventually it will just happen. And I've been through a few of those in my
Mm.
time. But when you're living with people, it's very easy to get over that barrier. At least for me, maybe for some people it'd be different. But if you're a nice enough person, you can get along with people. I reckon you can get through that barrier. And everyone in Montreal when we lived in that house, we all loved each other. So
Mm.
uh, no matter, I mean, we weren't the best team. Like we underperformed, I would say, but we still got along really well in real life. So
Yeah. And of course, now you're on the captain of your newest team, being UK UFO. So this is the UK only team created for
Yeah.
the European Invitational. Um, so group stages were announced there, I think less than a week ago, but we actually just got a hold of the schedule for the upcoming week. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, you play against German Frog in Group B, first match of the entire closed qualifiers. How do you feel coming into that match against this German Open qualifier team?
I reckon it would be interesting to see what's going to be played. We have been scrimming a limited amount, but we've been able to see what's sort of how everyone's feeling. I think it'd be a good match for us to go into first, so we can sort of see what's going to work best for us or what's working for other teams. But it's a game we should win. I think we should win all of our games up until we get to the land. To be honest, so um, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do.
Yeah, and speaking with Shockwave there, he had, well, I suppose the philosophy behind the Denmark team was it was a group of friends that were getting together to enjoy themselves and just create this team for the first time, this Danish team. Um, is the philosophy for the UK team different than that? Is it this group of friends, or are you guys serious about the competition to a little bit more of an extent?
Um, we all have a desire to win and to do well in the competition. I I can't speak too much about the formation of the team and what was the philosophy behind that because I was invited last probably. I didn't actually create the team. I'm only captain because Crispy doesn't want to show his face online. So um, as I know it or as I understand, I think there's a core group of friends in our team, and then they've invited some good players, quotes, including me, to fill out the rest of the spots. But I definitely I'd say we're playing for fun, but we're also playing to win. We want to have an enjoyable experience. Like it's not every day you can get to like a LAN experience, especially something that is sort of preluding the World Cup, which you might see similar teams or similar players flying out at that time as well. So
Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting in respect to the World Cup. Some of the big hitters in this tournament, namely thinking of Danish Mafia and Danish Dynamite, who did very well in the Open qualifiers. It's a little bit unlikely that we'll see them in the World Cup. They're going to have to work through a wild card challenge or whatever that might be. Um, do you think there's potential here that some of these teams, maybe that aren't getting selected for the World Cup, kind of show up with a bit of a bang, have something to prove, a chip on their shoulder?
well, I mean, it would be criminal if Denmark did not go to the World Cup, considering the last time they played the World Cup, what they get to the semi-finals or something, or
It was a
quarterfinals.
deep run, yeah, a really deep
I
run.
mean, they are everyone in EU and NA, and maybe not in Asia, but everyone in EU and NA will tell you Denmark are probably one of the best teams. It's just an oversight on Blizzard's part
Mm.
because, well, let's just say I don't speak very fondly of the people who work there. So,
I don't think
um,
you're in a minority in that.
yeah,
A couple of people
um,
have some words, all right, yeah.
yeah, but I think it's a good stage, this tournament, for people who maybe not sort of for as someone who would be selected for their national teams to sort of show what they can do, and then it gives them, I guess, a bonus edge in their tryouts for the World Cup, where if people who are looking at them can say, "Oh, well, they performed well in this tournament. Let's get them a tryout in the World Cup." Um, I don't think the Danish Mafia will play with a chip on their shoulder. I think they are playing for fun, and they are vastly better than most of the people there. So if they did play with a chip on their shoulder, then good luck to everyone else. So, but
Yeah, that's fair, actually. That's a very good point. Yeah, so Danish Mafia, absolutely, they're top dogs when it comes to this tournament. But is there any other team that you're looking at that you think could put up a good fight?
well, us, I think we could.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think anyone else would. I think the only team that would put up a decent fight with them would be us, and that's if we're playing well. So
You've no hopes for the French team, no?
No,
Interesting.
I don't think they're good enough to maybe they take a map of them, but I don't think I feel like it would be a convincing win for
Well,
Danish Mafia against them. Maybe between us and France, it'd be a little bit closer. I still think we'd win, but it may be like a 3-2 or a close 3-1. But against Danish Mafia, I think they're Danish Mafia would roll them.
okay, fair. Um, so in terms of teams, then that you're most looking forward to coming up against, this close France game, or do you want to maybe try and take on the big dogs at Danish Mafia?
I want to play Danish Mafia in the final at the LAN because I've met when I was in Saudi Arabia for the E Leagues. Me, Shockwave, and Slay, we hung out a decent amount. It'd be nice to beat them at LAN and
Yeah.
sort of rub it in their faces. But it'd be a fun time either way.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like we've been kind of mentioning, this EUI is very much a precursor to the Overwatch World Cup. Um, UK have a pretty decent sized talent pool. Have you any ambitions to get involved with the World Cup?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, first time I even thought about playing Overwatch professionally was when I was watching the 2017 World Cup. So it's sort of been since then. I've always wanted to, or maybe it was 2018. I don't remember. It might have been 18, but
Mm.
since then I've sort of wanted. Hey, I want to be doing that. I want to be on that stage, playing for my national team. And the last 3 years, or ever since the last World Cup, I felt like I should have been, or I would have been if there was a World Cup representing the UK. But obviously, that it
Yeah.
was put aside for a few years. So
Mm.
I definitely want to be the guy up there, and depending on the meta and depending on how trials go, I think I have probably the best shot out of any UK guy. So
And we've also seen the announcement for the World Cup group stages, and EMECA, I believe UK are involved in the A group. It's a bit of a tougher group than the B group. Do you think UK might struggle to get out of it, or are you guys pretty
I,
confident?
I I think we have one of the best mechanically and also brain side of the game people in our team, and any team with Asher in it is going to do well. So I mean, I've had the luxury of playing with him in Fusion Uni, and I still to this day say he's probably the best teammate you can have. I'd say he's probably the best Western player in Overwatch.
Wow.
So I rate him very highly. So I'm looking forward to being able to play with him, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think that would be. I can only imagine will be a treat to play with him. He's a joy to watch. So yeah, I'd say he's definitely probably one up there for teammates. Yeah, brilliant. So before I let you go, JkAru, do you have any final words for anyone? Something about maybe getting involved with the EUI, who to watch?
All I'm going to say is look out for Jigma, watch the skies, care the UFOs, and good luck to everyone and have fun.
Perfect. And JkAru, who would you like to see me interview next?
Ooh, did it need to be a different nationality?
Not necessarily. Someone you think would just be an interesting person to chat to.
Or just in general or in this tournament?
Just in general, just in the Overwatch scene. It can be in this tournament as well if you want.
I need to think of someone. JkAru. You should interview
JkAru.
JkAru. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Not too far away from your name, so I might have to leave it a couple of episodes. I'll end up getting confused. Okay, perfect. JkAru,
I
thank you so
mean,
much for your time. It's
yeah,
been a pleasure. Look, I think you're going to smash it out of the park in Group B, and I hope you give the Danish Mafia a good run for their money, if nothing else. Yeah, look forward to see you in the EUI in future. This
thanks
has been
very
another
much.
episode for the EUI coverage for overview. Again, we'll be banging these out as often as we can, trying to get in touch with all the captains. So if your country is on the European Invitational and you want to get in touch, get in contact through the Discord. Find me on Twitter at Overview Overwatch, and tune in for the next episode. Thank you very much.